On September 28, 2021, a truly disturbing video was uploaded to YouTube by a user named Smoke U Robinson. At first, the clip shows a pale, disoriented man emerging from the woods. But as it progresses, it becomes far more unsettling. I'll let you see for yourself.
Buddy! How you doing? Oh! Just some cruisers, man. That's crazy shit. This guy's crawling at me like a goddamn... What's up, dude?
The man begins crawling across the ground, slowly, underneath low-hanging branches, heading straight toward the uploader's car. As he gets uncomfortably close, the driver suddenly peels off. In the description, the uploader adds a bit of chilling context. Me and my army buddy were in the outskirts of Browning, Montana, and came across this thing. And it got spooky real quick. So we got the hell out of there. The clip quickly gained traction online. Viewers pointed out something particularly creepy. The man wasn't really saying anything of his own. He was just repeating what the uploader yelled at him. Almost like he was mimicking it. To this day, no one knows who or what this man really was. But one thing's for sure. This remains one of the most unsettling forest encounters ever caught on camera. If you've ever wondered what kind of things might be lurking in a dark forest, keep watching. In this video, YouTuber Eek Acres captured something deeply unsettling in the woods near his home in North America. Take a look. Chilling screams, almost like a woman crying out, can be heard echoing through the trees. The uploader mentioned these sounds went on for over an hour. He later speculates it could have been an animal, or maybe something much darker. We may never know for sure what caused it. But if this proves anything, it's that the forest hides more than just wildlife. In 2021, YouTuber Phil uploaded a disturbing video to his channel Hike Slam. On his channel, Phil shares footage of him hiking various trails and woods, setting up camp for the night, and pretty much everything related to the outdoors. But in this particular video, the vibe was completely different. Phil was hiking a trail near his house in Virginia, and in the beginning, nothing looked out of the ordinary. But then, he found something that instantly made him feel uneasy.
So some Bud Light cans, plastic bat, some writing on some of this garbage. This one. Hangman is coming down from the gallows. Song lyrics. Other weird things. Well, hopefully I don't get murdered out here. That would totally ruin my day. Well, let's keep going.
Phil found some trash laying at the side of the trail, covered in song lyrics and strange poems. He didn't make much of it at first, and decided to carry on with his hike. But that's when things got even stranger.
The weirdness continues. What the hell? And there's a dead duck here. A very long note.
Phil stumbled upon another pile of trash. But this time, it wasn't just lyrics. This one had conspiracy theories written all over it, about the government, federal agents, mixed in with what looked like the life story of the person who wrote it. And right next to it was a dead duck. It had clearly been placed there, almost like some kind of offering. Then, just a little further off trail, Phil spotted what looked like a small campsite with a tarp set up, only about 20 yards from the trash. Phil decided to turn around and head in a different direction, toward a shelter he was originally planning to spend the night in. But once he got there, this story took an even darker turn.
I'm gonna check out the shelter log here. I hang out by the fire. Almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log where people write in their trail names and what's going on. They can write whatever they want in there. So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. Little engine, back section. Hiking again finally. Great day on the AT. This was in August. Huh. Someone left some PBRs here, I guess. It's nice and little trail magic. Ah, some comics and writing and stuff. Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a second. Well, I'm adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here. Let's see if this makes any sense.
The handwriting in the shelter's camp log was exactly the same as what he'd found on the trash and notes earlier. And what made this even creepier is that the shelter was over 2 miles from where he had found the original items. That means whoever wrote that stuff had been lurking in those woods. And for a while, too. That alone was disturbing enough. But as Phil kept flipping through the logbook, things got darker.
In 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail, what the heck? In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. This is the same ramblings from the guy that was on the other side of the river. That's kind of scary. Kind of weird. Those women down there said they were going to call the police on the guy. I know it's really hard to read in this light. Sorry about that. Let me move that there. Wow, this is weird. It's just like it goes in one direction, then immediately goes in a completely different direction. And there's just so much of it.
As if the writing wasn't already eerie, he found something else in the cabin. A strange plastic bottle, cut in half, with a message scratched into it. It read, "Watch out for Yeet Mouse. The dead do walk and talk." Freaked out by the entire situation, Phil tried to get some rest in his tent. But later that night, he heard someone near the shelter.
Okay, I'm out on the trail. It's the middle of the night. I was down in my tent, not asleep, kind of just like lying there staring at the tent walls, listening to all the sounds, and then I heard somebody down by the shelter. So at first I had to convince myself it wasn't what I thought I heard, but it definitely was somebody down there. So I didn't even wait to see or go down to see who it was, see if it was like a bunch of teenage girls or something. I don't know. I was just like, I am getting out of here. So I packed up all my stuff and I packed it up very quickly. I don't think I left anything behind. And I just walked past. As I walked past, I did look. It did look like a single guy hanging out in the shelter. He had a headlamp on. All I could really see was the light from the headlamp, so I could have been wrong. But man, it was...
Luckily for Phil, he made it back to his car safely. But you don't want to imagine what could have happened if Phil had stayed in his tent that night. YouTuber Sam, from the channel The Northwest Wind, uploaded a video late last year that left a lot of viewers deeply disturbed. In the video, Sam was celebrating his 30th stealth camp on the channel. And to mark the milestone, he chose to return to a forest where, on a previous trip, he'd actually been chased out by some strangers. This time, he wanted to give it a second chance. Well, I'm here to say, he probably shouldn't have. As he starts walking through the forest, he searches for the exact same spot he stayed at during that first unsettling trip.
So hopefully whoever was back here last time or whatever, I'm not gonna put all my eggs in one basket and try and say what it was. I think it was humans though, like 99% sure, is not here tonight. And hopefully we can make this happen. So trying to get back to the exact spot that I was in last time. We're gonna set up exactly as we were, just with no tent, because I kind of wanted to make it a little more spooky, and we will see what happens, I suppose. Gotta find how to get back there though.
After finding it, he sets down his gear and starts prepping dinner. But that's when he suddenly hears something in the distance.
I did just hear someone yelling back there. Someone's yelling back there. I don't know how far away, reasonably close. I don't know. There's people talking for sure. And I hear people walking too. Might not be easy to pick up on the camera, but not that far behind me. Well, I just finished dinner and the sun's down. There's definitely people walking over there. I don't know. I can promise you, I do not like the feeling that I have. I've said it 20 times, I don't like the vibe. Perfectly nice campsite though. If there was no tomfoolery here in the past, I probably would come back and do an actual camp here. I think I saw one person earlier walking way back far over there. They were heading kind of horizontal. Don't even think they looked over and saw me. There's definitely people back in there. I can see them. I see one person. They're walking right there. I mean, it's not going to be a repeat. It's not going to be a repeat performance of last time, because I will just bail at the first sign of anyone getting remotely close to me, but it's about 200 yards away. There's definitely somebody there. I'm trying to not be quiet on purpose so they know that I'm here. Holy crap, okay. Okay. That was as real of a reaction as you're gonna get, just like the last video. God, that scared the living out of me. Okay, I need to calm down. I'm gonna relax here for a second and we'll, what timing? What timing? Jessica's really gonna love that. I'm gonna go rewatch that video right now because that had to be classic. Oh, my heart is in my stomach.
A loud gunshot echoes through the trees. Sam starts to get uneasy. Now sure, it could have been a hunter nearby, but when the gunshots are followed by faint, chilling screams, things just don't add up. And then, he sees something.
Somebody's just standing there. I think they just saw me now because where I walked is more in that clearing over there. Somebody's... Hi. Hi. Now they're looking over here. Hey. Hi. I feel like I'm surrounded. There's like that overhanging tree right about there. You could barely see it beyond my fingers, and they're just standing right there. I only see one person. And the last thing I'm going to do is run through the forest again in the middle of the night with no idea what's going on behind me. There they are. They just came back. Almost the same spot as last time. Hang on. You can kind of, now they just literally right there in the opening to the left. Right there in the opening to the left. Hi. Hello. And they just step behind that tree. All right, Hi. Okay, a bat just flew across the thing and startled the... This isn't... Now they're over here. They came. They're over there. I don't see that person over here anymore. I can't see that far anymore. Except this time I'm prepared like Kevin McAllister. And I am ready just in case. I have a knife. Where's my knife? I'm gonna pack my stuff up and just have it on my back. I'm not gonna go sprinting out of here like last time. I'm gonna hang tight for a little bit and just...
Clearly shaken, Sam wastes no time. He starts packing up his gear as quickly as possible.
Let me turn this off for a second. This is honestly fun. It's like a game. That person's just standing there. Hi, I see you. You're not gonna get me. All right, this isn't fun anymore. I don't have much light left, so I see you. Hi. Hey, same guys last time. I haven't heard the person that's behind all this crap in a minute, but I can't see that person down over here, the person I saw before. Hey, how are ya? Yeah, I don't think we're gonna stay tonight, boys and girls. Ah! Okay, okay. All right. Okay, that guy was right. Okay, let's go. All right, I'm out. See ya.
After spotting a figure just a few feet away from him, he bolts. And thankfully, he makes it out safe. But what really gets to me is that this is the second time something like this has happened to Sam in that same forest. Which makes me wonder, who are those people? And what exactly are they trying to do out there? If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what you guys think. On October 25th, YouTuber BK uploaded a piece of footage that quickly gained attention for all the wrong reasons. The uploader lives in southern Illinois, near some dense woods and forests. In his spare time, he sets up trail cameras to capture local wildlife near his property. But on this particular day, he couldn't believe what his camera had picked up. Unfortunately, I can't show the full clip here. It's a bit too graphic. But even from the part we can show, it's more than enough to send chills down your spine. A deer, still alive, is seen walking, with a massive wound across its back. The injury is so deep, you can actually see its spine and shoulders shifting as it moves. Theories started flying almost immediately. A predator attack, some kind of infection, maybe even something worse. But to this day, no one knows exactly what did that to the deer. or if it's still out there. What do you think happened? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And be careful out there. In April of 2020, a YouTuber named Noah uploaded a video titled, "Scariest Night of My Life." At the start of the video, Noah explains that he hadn't planned to film anything. But what happened that night was so unsettling, he felt like he had to share it. He'd been camping alone in Sun River, Oregon, when something strange woke him up in the middle of the night. Although the footage is mostly dark, the audio tells a much more disturbing story.
I'm currently sleeping in the back of my truck right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. My gun's in my cab though. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now, and it's like pitch black outside, probably like 2 in the morning, and he just keeps walking around, and he's like really close to my truck. I've never been this scared, and like this doesn't make any sense because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see, no one was on that road.
Noah quietly explains that someone is right outside his van. He hears slow, deliberate footsteps circling around it, and then suddenly, someone, or something, starts knocking on the door.
Wait, he's touching my truck. He's literally touching my truck. How am I supposed to get him away? He's literally knocking. He's literally knocking on my truck. The back door's locked. I've never been this scared before ever. I don't think he knows that there's anyone in here. He's literally peeking through the door right now. I've never been this scared ever. So, the current time is 2:30 in the morning right now. He's still walking around my truck. I'm gonna try to see if I can flash my light to get him scared. So he runs away. There he is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Clearly freaked out, Noah shows that it's already past 2 in the morning. That's not exactly the hour you expect anyone to be out wandering around in the pitch-black woods, especially without a flashlight. The footage then cuts to the next morning, and that's when things get even more disturbing.
So I'm back home. This is the day after. He was trying to peek in my truck quite a bit with all these marks. I didn't even notice until I got home. Handprints there, a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Well, looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. That's new. Don't know how that got there.
His handprints, all across the back window and the van's handles. Clear signs that someone had been trying to get inside. Noah made it out safely, just a little shaken. But this easily could have ended in a much darker way. In early 2023, YouTuber Jake Travis from the Hoggett Project was out camping in a remote spot in Washington State, a place he'd never camped before. At first, everything was going according to plan. He found a quiet area to set up, pitched his tent, and waited for nightfall. But as darkness set in, he suddenly got an eerie feeling.
I kind of like how it's open out that way too. Lets a little bit of light into these woods. That way, cannot see a thing. And I don't think I was recording earlier, but something made a heavy sound over there. Could have just been some old rotted logs settling. But up that way, a couple miles, there is a camp, but I don't think anybody's hiking this way back down. Anywho, I've heard that the red lamp keeps the bugs away. don't know if that was me or something over there.
At first, Jake hears branches snapping in the distance. Nothing too unusual. You're still in a forest after all, and random sounds are probably better than no sound at all. But when the snapping continues, that's when Jake starts to feel like something isn't right.
Getting all packed up, and once I get out to the road, I just take a quick look up towards where the creek is, and this is where it gets terrifying. And I thought I had pressed record, but it was not recording. But anywho, I've got my low beam on at this point. I think I see something small. Maybe it's like a raccoon or something right there by the water. And as I hit the high beam, this is when I see it. I see something standing there on the side of the road, pretending to be a statue. Whatever this was decided it was just gonna freeze, and then maybe I wouldn't think it was anything. But as I'm looking in that direction, I'm not even kidding, it looks like somebody dressed up in camo. And they've got their back slightly angled away. I'd say like at a 45 degree. They're standing there about 6 feet tall, looking like a human that I just caught that was probably sneaking up on me. That's all I can think. When I saw what it was, a human, and I kept the light on him for a good 20 solid seconds without saying anything. You know, the fear just kind of washed over me because I'm thinking, what's gonna happen? Call them out like, hey, what are you doing? And they're all camoed out. Maybe they'll just say, oh crap, he caught me, now I'm gonna shoot him. I mean, we're out in the middle of the woods. They say that people are the ones to fear. It's not the animals.
Without panicking, he calmly packs up his gear and gets out of there as fast as he can. We'll probably never know who was out there with him that night. But one thing's for sure. There are some people with very strange intentions roaming the woods after dark. Before we get into the next clip, if you're enjoying the video so far, please take a second to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Only about 10% of viewers are actually subscribed, and it really helps my small channel grow. I seriously appreciate all of you. Alright, let's get into the next clip. Man Dog Wild is a YouTube channel that focuses on everything outdoors, always with the uploader and his dog, Yeti. In this particular video, the two were out camping again, and for the first 10 minutes, everything looked completely normal, just like always. But as night fell, Yeti started acting strange, and the uploader, he was getting more and more on edge.
What is it? Jesus. What's going on? So while Yeti's freaking out, I decided to cook dinner. I've got some chicken doner and some black olives. I was hoping they'd be pipless or seedless, whatever you want to call them, but they are not. Sad times. What's going on, Yeti? What is it? What's the problem? What's the matter, huh? What are you unhappy about?
The dog clearly senses something, or someone, nearby. The uploader doesn't know what it is. So, they head back into their tent. But even then, the feeling doesn't go away. If anything, it gets worse.
Sudden, she just sat up, looked at the other side of the shelter, started growling, and then moved over that way. And that's when I followed her. Quite frankly, Yeti, you're kind of freaking me out tonight. Okay? You're kind of freaking me out. Huh. What's going on? What's going on? You're all over the place, huh? Kind of gather that she's not she's not too fond of this place, huh? You're not too fond. Constantly looking in that direction where we come in. Yes? Where are you? What are you doing? What are you barking at? What you barking at, huh? Gee. Whoa. Yes. So we both heard something then. Now, the problem is, the fuck is that? Oh. Thought it was a snake. So we both heard something. She's freaking me out. You're freaking me out. Now I'm getting as paranoid as she is. Okay?
All through the night, they hear weird sounds, almost like footsteps, slowly moving around the tent. And it wasn't until the next morning that they made a terrifying discovery.
That's not my track. And that wasn't there yesterday. So this is my track. This is not my track. See the different treads. Look at this. See? That's not my tread. And that's fresh.
Clear, fresh footprints, way too small to be his, are found all around the campsite. Who it was, we may never know. But if this video proves anything, it's that animals usually sense things long before we do. In November of 2024, a deeply unsettling video was uploaded to YouTube by a creator named Raygloom. The video begins with him hiking alone, at night, through what appears to be a dense, overgrown forest. According to the uploader, he'd received a tip about strange sightings in the area. So naturally, he went out to investigate. But as he ventured deeper into the woods, the tension began to build.
What was that? Did you hear that? Guys, I just heard an eerie laugh. There it was again. What was that? I don't want to go any further.
From somewhere nearby, you can hear it. Eerie laughter, echoing through the trees. The uploader, clearly shaken, spins around trying to locate the source. But with the forest so overgrown, it's nearly impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. And then, things get even more disturbing.
What the heck is that? Guys, I'm terrified right now.
Hiding just beyond the brush. Someone, wearing what looks like a twisted old granny mask, peering from behind a tree. Without hesitation, the uploader bolts. The footage cuts off shortly after. To this day, no further explanation has ever been given. But the fact that this footage made it online suggests that, fortunately, nothing too serious happened to the uploader. Still, there's no denying just how disturbing this encounter really was. Love Sundays is a YouTube channel that features stealth camping videos from all over the UK and mainland Europe. In this particular video, the uploader was on a camping trip in Cornwall, England. At first, everything seems normal. You can see him driving up to his chosen camping spot, parked on the side of the road near the sea. As night falls, he settles in and starts getting ready for the night in his van. But it's around 2 in the morning when things take a disturbing turn.
I just heard something outside. Okay, I think they've gone. They literally tried to get in the van. It wasn't just a knocking, they were trying the handle. Let me check outside. My heart was pounding then. I mean, they were either trying to move me on or trying to break into the van. Either way, not pleasant. I think that if I'd heard them coming in more, I've got a metal pole here. I could have just got out and not done anything. I'm not moving.
Thankfully, he wakes up the next morning with no damage to the van and nothing else out of the ordinary. But still, this is one of those encounters that easily could have ended very differently. Exploring with Owen is an up-and-coming YouTuber in the camping and urbex community. In the fall of 2024, he uploaded his very first solo camping video. And what happened next? You really have to see for yourself. At first, Owen is just setting up his tent, preparing for a full 24 hours out in the woods alone. Everything seems normal. He's talking about his air mattress, making casual conversation with the camera. But then, the vibe suddenly shifts.
Once I lay down and my weight disperses, it's...
Was that a gunshot?
But once I lay down and my weight disperses, it's...
Was that a gunshot? I literally think I just heard a gunshot. I don't know if that picked up on camera. I hope it did.
Bro, I don't want this to be a scary video. It was just supposed to be a solo camping.
Anyways, what I was gonna say is that once I lay down and my weight disperses, it's just fine.
But I'd like to mention, this is literally my first time tenting in the woods, and I'm also alone. The only time I've ever been tenting is like outside of my house, and it's been with friends. So this is really new to me, and I'm kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I really hope I didn't come underprepared.
A loud bang, possibly a gunshot, echoes in the distance. Owen stays surprisingly calm, brushing it off and continuing with his camp like nothing happened. But what he didn't realize was that this sound was just the beginning of a much creepier night.
Guys, I just woke up. It's like 2 a.m. and I just heard footsteps outside of the tent. Literally woke me up, it was so loud. They went away though. I don't know, I feel like I kind of want to go out and check, but I'm kind of scared too. I think we're gonna go out and check. I might just walk around and look at the area. It is so dark out. Look at this, guys. I can't even see a thing on camera. It's so dark. Let me see if my phone flashlight's better. I think that's a little better. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely better. Just gonna use my phone flashlight.
You know what? I'll use both. Here's my bike. The footsteps came from like over here. They sounded like it was right here. My tent is right there. Guys, look at this. There's something floating right here. Look at that. That's cool. Whoa. Whoa, there's a moth attacking me. It's attacking my light. Yeah, I really don't know. Wait, guys, what is this? There's some sort of marking on the tree. It's kind of creepy. I wonder what that's for. It's so creepy over this way. I'm gonna just walk around for a minute though, I guess. I don't know, man. This is really scary alone. Alright, since I figured out there's nothing out here, I'm just gonna go back in. Alright, well, now that I know that there's nothing out there, I'm gonna try to go back to bed. First though, I'm gonna reinflate my air mattress, because this thing is like dead flat. I'm literally sitting on the ground right now. But I'll pick up the camera if anything else happens, but we'll see you guys tomorrow if not.
Later on, Owen reports hearing footsteps right outside his tent. He steps out to check, but nothing's there. At this point, you might be thinking this is just another fake scare. But then, this happens.
Hello? I'm not sleeping here. I'm not sleeping here. I'm shaking so bad. I'm packing my stuff and I'm getting out of here. I legit forgot I was recording that. I'm shaking so bad. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. Am I still recording?
This time, the camera clearly picks up the sound of footsteps. You can hear them approaching. Owen rushes out again, but once more, there's no one in sight. Shaken and visibly disturbed, he makes the call to pack up immediately. He even leaves his tent behind and bikes home in the middle of the night. Luckily, Owen made it home safely. But who or what was out there with him that night still remains a mystery. Once again, the forest proves it's not always as peaceful as it seems. On August 3rd, 2015, a camper named John Blatt uploaded a video to his YouTube channel, and it quickly went viral. The video, titled "Being Stalked in the Woods," begins with John explaining that he's had this uneasy feeling, like something or someone has been watching him as he hikes through the forest.
All right. I was planning on spending another night here. But I've had an overwhelming sense of something that I can't really explain. My intuition tells me that I need to leave, and the sense I get is that as I had been walking through down the path the last couple hours. I've been sensing threatening sensations, like I was being stalked, and I have...
For several more minutes, John continues vlogging, talking directly to the camera as he walks, until something suddenly shifts. He stops, and then quietly mentions that he just heard a strange noise coming from a nearby mine shaft.
That's how I look at it. I heard something that sounded like it came from the mine.
Unfortunately, the camera doesn't seem to pick up the sound. But whatever he heard, it was enough to spook him. He quickly decides to leave the forest behind and head back home. After the video went live, viewers began pointing out something chilling. There were no natural forest sounds in the background. No birds, no insects, nothing. Many believe that level of silence often signals the presence of a large predator. If that's what it was, we'll never know. But if so, John may have been lucky to get out when he did. Tom's Trails is a YouTuber who documents everything outdoors. Most of his camping trips are solo, but this time he was joined by one of his buddies. At first, the video plays out like any of his usual uploads. The duo sets up camp somewhere deep in the forest, cooks up a little steak over the fire, and settles in for the night. But things took a strange turn after dark.
It's very cozy. Looking up at the moon, looking up at the stars and chatting. But also, it's Matt, what time do you think it is?
Huh?
What time do you think it is?
8.
Yeah, 5 minutes to 8.
Fucking hell.
It's so early. I'm ready to turn over and go to sleep, but I'm not tired in the slightest. But I am very, very cozy. Matt fell asleep, and so I thought, well, I might as well try and fall asleep. And there's been some activity. There's been some like deers and foxes running around. One got really close and then bolted and it heard me move. Got a lot of stuff going on, but it's not been like scary. It's been quite nice and relaxing. It's been crazy warm as well.
Loud knocks, always in pairs, can be heard echoing through the forest. Tom later explained that this went on for over 2 hours. Thankfully, the two made it through the night without anything else happening. But it still leaves one very creepy question. Who, or what, was out there, knocking in the woods that night? It's definitely unsettling. On February 8th, 2025, YouTuber The Backyard Sender uploaded a video that quickly spread across corners of the internet. Normally, his content focuses on biking and tricks filmed deep in the woods. But during one of his usual outings, something felt different. And what he ended up capturing that day would leave many viewers deeply unsettled.
So I'm like out here in the woods running. It's not really a route that I ever ran before. And so it's like pretty new to me, and I'm literally like 5 miles away from any houses, any civilization. And it's like this, I don't know, like really low traveled road in Vermont. And I saw these things which kind of creeped me out. There's like a doll here almost, and it's like next to the road. So basically just a little bit further down the road, there's this like weird kind of small thing, doll, and there's another one in the tree over there. And I'm honestly not sure who put these things up. Yeah, oh my god, there's one more. And like, who would just take the time to like come all the way out into the middle of the woods here and put this stuff up on trees just for like no particular reason? It's like really weird. Here's more. This thing looks a bit older, but that looks extremely recent. And if you look like further down the road here, there's like that, and I think I see another one up around the corner here. Yeah, there's something else on this tree here, and it's like, wait, what the hell? Somebody stuck like leaves in the head. It's like really weird, really disturbing, and it like doesn't really make me feel comfortable. I like am kind of scared right now, out in the woods alone, seeing these.
Scattered throughout the trees are dolls, dozens of them, nailed to trunks, hanging from branches and swaying gently in the wind. Some are old, weathered. Others look disturbingly new, but it doesn't stop there. As the uploader ventures further in, he stumbles upon a bucket. On the side of it, a message is written. "I'm waiting for you, James." Who James is, or what this message was meant to warn or welcome, we may never know. But the uploader makes one thing clear at the end of the video. He's leaving. And fast. Because in his words, "I don't feel safe here." And after watching this, it's hard to blame him. In the summer of 2024, YouTubers Camo Tim and Ray Gloom uploaded a video documenting one of their most disturbing camping experiences yet. The duo were out driving, searching for a place to set up camp. It was already getting dark, and in the video, one of them mentions they're more than 4 hours from the nearest hiking trail. Time was running out. Eventually, they come across a grassy clearing just off the road. It seems like a decent enough spot, but that's when things take a strange turn.
Where the heck are we then?
Well, I can tell you where we are. We're on a dirt road somewhere.
Dirt roads. Well, that makes me feel good. Here it is, now nighttime. It's dark. We don't know where we are. Oh, I hear her now. Did you hear that?
I hear her now. Okay, we have a friend.
Not a friend, a hoot owl. Well, I don't know what else to do except maybe just go and maybe we'll find something like a place to stop or somebody.
It's getting colder and colder out here, and we really need to put a camp somewhere.
Yeah.
I've never gone 4 hours away from a trail.
But
I hear the owl, but I just heard something else.
okay, well, dude, let's just get back to the car.
Go, 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 go!
The loud, high-pitched hissing, or possibly a whistling sound, can suddenly be heard from nearby. Spooked, the two quickly run back to the car and drive off in search of a different location. But as they continue deeper into the wilderness, they begin to mention a strange, growing feeling, like they're being watched.
Wait, why'd you stop?
You ever get that feeling that something's watching you? I have a feeling that something is.
Hey, yeah. Now that you mention it, dude, that was creepy. There's
I think something is watching us.
Dude, that's what I feel too. Oh. It's just like this feeling like something is watching you and knows you're there.
We're not alone.
Then, the footage cuts abruptly, and what we see next is something that neither the uploaders nor I can quite explain.
That's not human.
Go, 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 go! Reverse!
A dark, lizard-like creature is seen slowly crossing the road. Its movement is bizarre, almost as if the thing had been chopped in half. It's low to the ground and hard to make out in the darkness. Suddenly, it lets out a loud screech, sending both men into a panic as they hit the gas and speed off. After uploading the footage, they asked viewers for help identifying the creature. But to this day, no clear answer has ever been found. Whether it was an injured animal, a bizarre optical illusion, or something else entirely, is still up for debate. Safety Third is a YouTuber known for exploring forests, abandoned buildings, and underground locations. Most of his videos have a calm, peaceful vibe. Usually just him talking to the camera, walking through remote places, and explaining what's going on. And that was also the case in this video. At least, at first. He was on a solo scouting trip, looking for abandoned mines in the Daniel Boone National Forest. Early in the video, he comes across a collapsed mine entrance. But as he ventures deeper into the forest, he stumbles across a much larger mine. And that's when something eerie happens.
It looks like we're missing a good one. Good grief, y'all. Yeah, we're missing a real good one. Look at that. I don't think these are like very old at all. That's a pretty high coal seam too. And it's dry. What the freak?
A loud, unsettling scream echoes through the trees. The uploader, clearly shaken, starts walking again. This time, with a bit more urgency. In the video description, he mentions that he was miles away from any road or trail, completely isolated, which makes the sound even more disturbing. To this day, he has no idea what or who made that noise. And honestly, neither do I. Not scared yet? What happens in the next video shouldn't even be online. Click it now.